Before we go any further, just want to thank all the people over on Patreon, because without their help, none of this upgraded content that you'd be seeing would be possible. Over on the Patreon, you get exclusive sneak peeks at upcoming videos. You also get access to the Patreon only Discord server. Coming up soon, I'm going to be working on talking about other anime that I can't talk about here on YouTube, like say ReZero, Konosuba, and etc. I'm also going to start posting the scripts for video essays, and every 3 months we do an anime and manga haul. We also are going to open up the Patreon only Discord server to YouTube members at the $2 price tier, which also means that members will be seeing their name here alongside the patron. But with that being said, let's get back into today's video. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another review for Sasuke Retsuden Chapter 6.2, which is going to be the final part of Chapter 5 from the Sasuke Retsuden novel. If you haven't already read the manga, you can do so for free using Viz Media's website or using the Manga Plus app. And with this chapter ending, we've now officially hit the part of the story where things are about to get out of hand, and OG Naruto's theme about a ninja must see through deception is going to be in full effect from this point going on. But most importantly, this chapter should make all those people saying, oh my god, why does a ninja story have dinosaurs in it? Those people, they're going to feel pretty stupid right now, because the chapter also reveals the plot twist behind why Minnow is in the story, and it directly links back to part 1 Naruto. With the brief overview out of the way, let's back things up a bit and let's get into the chapter review itself. So the chapter opens up with Sasuke and Sakura meeting at Sakura's office, and the two leap out of Sakura's window, and we see two things happen at once. Number one, why ninja like Suzune, Tsunade, Sakura, Sarada wearing high heels might not be the most practical thing for a female shinobi. And number two, we see Sakura botch her superhero landing, which somewhere Deadpool is clapping at the sight of this. However, being the gentleman that he is, we see Sasuke catch his wife with his one good arm, and the two of them quickly begin to race off towards the lake that Sasuke learned about in the last chapter when he was standing on top of the prison roof with Gigi and learned the story behind the meteor that fell to the earth. This leads to a gorgeous double page spread where we see the two of them standing at the lake, and after Sasuke reveals that this is where the polar particle had fallen to earth, Sasuke says he wishes that Sarada could see something like this, and we learn from Sakura that Sarada has become obsessed with learning more about the stars and the heavenly bodies these days. And for a point of reference, there was something cut out from the light novel for the manga version of the story. So in the novel, Sasuke has a pretty good moment of reflection where he realizes that he's away from home so much that there's a lot he doesn't know about his own daughter. But the manga did make the right decision to cut that part out, because the next scene conveys all that same information without having to show Sasuke's internal monologue in full. Essentially, Sasuke begins to work his way towards expressing his feelings and his insecurities in a different way in the manga, while also carrying on things that come from the light novel itself. He starts out by asking Sakura if she wants him to get her a real ring and not just the one he made out of chakra. And when Sakura holds up her hand, you can see all the detailed callus and scars on her hand that have been made over the many years of her being a ninja. And she says that a ring, it isn't really ideal for her hands because those are not the most feminine hands. Allow me to explain. This is a really good panel right here when she says that bit of information, because it shows that while Sakura might do traditional things like cook and raise their daughter and wash the dishes and be a caretaker in the form of healing people, she's not exactly had the background of a woman that would value that sort of thing. She doesn't have the hands that you would think of for a traditional wife or mother. She's a wife and a mother, but she's also a shinobi first. I love this one scene because it further humanizes these two characters who we've grown up within the story. And when you consider everything that we've been through, from Sasuke getting the curse mark from Orochimaru in the Forest of Death, to him leaving the village, to Sakura at one point being willing to kill herself and Sasuke to free Sasuke of his hatred, to see them standing there with Sasuke telling her all this information, telling her that he's never worried about anyone taking his place in Sakura's life while he's gone out on missions. The amount of growth that our boy's undergone from the time that he was an emo 12-year-old traumatic child to a 33-year-old responsible man with a wife and daughter. It's just something that you love to see, and scenes like this are why a lot of people want to see Sasuke and Sakura grow old together. However, Sasuke says all the things that he does to Sakura in order to work his way up to the other thing that weighs heavy on his heart, which is the regrets that he has when he takes on these long missions. It hurts him when he comes home from a long mission and sees that his daughter has grown taller than he remembered, or that his wife has done something different with her hair. It makes that scene from Naruto Gaiden feel way different now, where Sasuke doesn't even recognize his own daughter at first and pulled his sword out on her until he realized that she was his daughter. That's the other side of Sasuke Sasuke that the various light novels set after the Ninja War, like the Sasuke Book of Sunrise novel, the Sakura Hiden Love Ride in the Spring Breeze novel, the Akatsuki Hiden Evil Flowers in Full Bloom novel, it shows you a side of Sasuke, the side of him that while he does accept he has to be away from Konoha, there's still a part of him that craves the connections that he left behind in the village. This grows even more when you get to the novels set in the Boruto era, like the Naruto Parent and Child Day novel, the Sasuke Shinen Teacher Star Pupil novel, and Sasuke Retsuden, which is his current story. We see this grow even more, and we see more of what Tobirama Senju spoke to about to Sasuke, which is that the Uchiha have the greatest capacity for love than any clan in the Naruto world, and that love affects him in different ways. There is a literal pain for Sasuke knowing that he's doing the right thing by protecting his village from afar, by protecting his family from afar, but at the same time, there's a strong enough desire to be in their everyday life, and it weighs heavy on him that he's not there to spend time with his wife or to properly help guide his daughter down her path as a shinobi. It makes sense when you think about how Sasuke grew up. Allow me to explain. Sasuke had both of his parents at home. He watched his father extensively train his brother Itachi in all things ninjutsu, but also in the lessons of the clan itself. He watched his mother train Itachi while also serving as the caretaker of the family. Sasuke's unable to do that for his child, and it weighs heavy on him, which is why these scenes in this chapter are great development for Sasuke. What I also like is how there's a quick joke about Sakura telling Sasuke that he has wrinkles on his face now, especially when he smiles, but that she thinks it's going to age well for Sasuke, and Sasuke tells Sakura that she never seems to change and that it's okay for her to age, which that's absolutely huge, and I want to explain to you. So it makes you wonder, is Sakura taking a page out of Tsunade's book? Allow me to explain. Remember how when Sakura first activated her Byakugo seal in the 4th Great Ninja War, remember that jab she threw at Tsunade saying that she didn't need to waste chakra to maintain a youthful appearance? Read into it how you want to, but Sasuke is saying that Sakura never changes. Maybe it's good genetics, maybe it's Maybelline, but maybe Sakura is peeling away some of that chakra in order to keep the wrinkles away. After all, who needs Botox when you got the Byakugo seal? The story then begins to shift in tone when Sasuke watches Sakura with the lizard card from the playing card game that she had with Pangela, and he listens to Sakura say that the dragon beasts, i.e. dinosaurs, used to live on their planet until they went extinct. Sasuke's mind puts all the pieces together, and it's not because he saw those brainless tweets on Twitter for clout that we saw this last week where people said that Boruto's now Jurassic Park. How are dinosaurs in a story about ninjas? They never existed in Naruto except the novel, and this passage from the manga itself literally tells us that they went extinct like they did in our own world, except we literally see dinosaur bones. In Naruto's manga, we see Sasuke playing with a toy dinosaur more than once during his childhood flashbacks in the manga. They're small details, but before we open our mouths to say something for clout, we might actually want to look to see if there's something that we missed, or maybe, just maybe, there's something we didn't know about the series and overlooked in the current story that we're seeing in the anime and manga that we might not know. I mean, we got a whole dragon hand seal in the Naruto story, but somehow these creatures, which the manga and anime are calling dragon beasts, they never existed in the Naruto world. Who would have thunk it? However, sarcasm aside, this brings us to the big reveal of the chapter. Sasuke watches Sakura perform the hand seals and keeps thinking about the fossils that he saw in that room of chickens and about all the labor that they've been doing with the pickaxes, and Sasuke has a realization just as Sakura finishes the hand seal to retrieve the polar particle that Hagoromo left behind, which causes a giant beam of chakra to shoot up from the bottom of the lake, and a box with ceiling tags placed all over it begins to float in the air, and despite it having ceiling tags, Sakura can feel the immense chakra pouring out of it, which further makes you realize how dense Hagoromo's 6-pass chakra truly is. While Sakura tells Sasuke they can leave the prison, Sasuke says that they can't actually leave the prison because he's figured out what Zansuru's plans are. And before he can say what they actually are, there's an explosion from the prison, and Sasuke says that Zanzuru has revived ancient dragons via Edo Tensei, which everybody can start clapping right now. You officially have your answer for Minho being alive in the story. He's an Edo Tensei. He wasn't a summoning animal. The Jurassic theme park in the Naruto world didn't have a giant dinosaur escape. He's an Edo Tensei being controlled, which is why his limbs regenerated. That's one of the reasons why I said this story is a Naruto story at heart, where seeing through deception is going to be important. Minho's existence, the meaning hidden behind the card game, and the map that Hagoromo left behind, which is fitting since Hagoromo is the forefather of ninja. It's only right he leaves a puzzle within a puzzle for someone to solve. All the labor work that the prisoners were doing, it was hiding the fact that Zanzuru was having fossils dug up and taken to that hidden chamber of his, and all those chickens were being kept for the sole purpose of being used as sacrifices at the Edo Tensei. Most scientists agree that chickens and ostrich are some of the animals that are the closest to dinosaurs, with Today in Science having a really good article on it if you're interested in learning more. Now, what I will say without getting into spoilers, because we're about to head into the action portion of the story, is that there's more deception waiting around the corner, and you as a reader might want to go back and reread the manga, but this time you want to cut on that handy dandy Sharingan when you do so, because if you read the manga closer, you'll see what the final 3 plot twists in the story are going to be, and they're going to shock you like they did the people who first experienced the story when I broke down the novel on my channel 3.5 years ago. Minnow being an Edo Tensei should make you guys have answers to some of your questions, though I will say there is one thing in particular that was cut out of the manga version of the story that has to do with Orochimaru. Tobirama is credited with creating Edo Tensei, but it was actually originally created by Hagoromo. Orochimaru came to Redaku researching links to Sage's 6 Paths, and he found information on the Edo Tensei, the original version Hagoromo made. That being said, I'm curious to know you guys' thoughts about the chapter. If you didn't read the novel or watch my older videos on the novel, how many of you guys saw this plot twist coming with the Edo Tensei? While you think that over, click here to watch my newest Spy Family video, or click here to go back over the Sasuke Retsuden manga from chapter 1 to see what you might have missed.